Hey guys, this is Gabe Dimmick from the Baseball Rebellion, and this is a swing breakdown of Devon Travis, rookie second baseman for the Toronto Blue Jays. He's off to a great start to his MLB career. He's hitting for some power, hitting for a really high average, hitting a lot of balls really hard. This particular swing is a home run where he hits at 104 miles an hour. And so I wanted to do a quick swing breakdown because I had a student who actually is a big Blue Jays fan. She and her dad shot me an email and just wanted to get a breakdown of him because they're pumped about him. They want to see some things in his swing. And I actually got the chance to go to a Tampa Bay Rays game when they played the Toronto Blue Jays down in Tampa this past weekend. This video is actually from the day before I went to the game. And Devon Travis was a guy who kind of jumped off the field at me, not necessarily because he had perfect swing mechanics, but because of his kind of pure athletic ability. He was very fast twitch, very fast turner. He hit some balls really hard, and so I also wanted to take a quicker look at him. So I'm going to go through a breakdown. I'm also going to include one of our favorite hitters, Jose Bautista, here at the end, just to highlight some similarities, but also some differences between their two swings. If you're looking for a team to get interested in and watch, the Blue Jays are a great team to watch. With Devon Travis, they got Jose Bautista, Josh Donaldson, Evan Encarnacion, Russell Martin. They have a bunch of great hitters. They're a really fun team to watch. So if you're interested in hitting, go ahead and tune into them. Okay, so let's go ahead and start out with this breakdown. So Devon Travis is a little bit atypical because he is a smaller guy. He's 5'9", 170, but he moves a little bit like a bigger guy. He has a lot of good movements. Maybe he doesn't maximize all that he can do, but again, that athletic ability, that fast twitch nature that he has, allows him to maybe do some things that some smaller guys who maybe aren't as athletic as him, they couldn't do it. So you're going to see he gets to he kind of gets to his stride in a little bit of a different way, more like a big guy, more like a Chris Bryant. He kind of dips that toe in the water, and so a lot of people, we kind of discourage this move for kids just because a lot of kids will get to this point and they won't move forward. They'll stay back and then they'll just turn from there. And so what we see with him, though, is he recovers really well. So he actually moves his head forward, moves his body forward, and gets to a pretty good position here. So we're going to see, I'm going to measure, I'm going to go from where he gets to his position where he's right here, where his toe is on the ground. I'm going to put kind of a circle around his head. I'm going to see what happens when he moves forward to get to that front side, and we're going to see that head definitely move forward some. That circle definitely moves. So he does get to his front side. He just does it in a little bit of a different way. Now, one of the best things that he does is he gets a lot of separation. So he gets his hips really open. Like I said, he moved forward, so he gets that back knee inside that back ankle. Those hips are really open. He gets to a bent front knee. Now he does land pretty close on that front foot. The knee is as open as possible with that closed front foot, but it just can't get, maybe as open as we would like it. One of the best things he does is he gets a pretty big angle here between where his belly button is, or the center of his belt. He gets a really big angle between the center of his belt and his chest right here, the kind of the center of his jersey. And that separation allows for a lot of potential energy to be stored kind of in the upper body, in the shoulders, in the bat, as the hips have led the swing. And this is going to allow for him to have a lot of power and aid that fast turn ability that he has. So that separation, that stretch is great. Now, again, like I said, that front foot lands fairly closed, and we're going to see right here what happens because of that. His front knee is going to have to work a lot towards the Toronto Blue Jays dugout over here before it works back into his body, and that can just be kind of a health concern to Devon Travis, just because that knee isn't meant to go that way that fast. Kind of on the side of him, the knee is meant to go bend back and forth, not side to side. And so we see that a little bit too much with him. I read an article a month back or so about Chase Utley and Victor Martinez, and how they land really close on that front foot and turn fast on it, and how that maybe leads to some of their front leg, front hip injuries. And so this is something to look out for with Devon Travis. We hope it doesn't happen. He's a young guy. Want to stay off the DL as much as possible, but definitely something that he could improve there. But overall, this position is good. I mean, he gets really separated. You can see that his hips have really pulled open. I mean, that heel is off the ground. That heel is pulled up. He's kind of on his toe back here, and that really comes from those hips really firing open keeping the shoulders, hiding the chest from the pitcher. The next thing that he does really well, his swing path is great. So he keeps the barrel very tall right here, which is good. He's able to have a pretty steep angle. He doesn't get way around him, so he's very consistent as well. And so I'm just going to kind of track what the bat is doing throughout his swing. And you're going to see that as he turns, his bat is kind of going behind him, falling behind him in the way of the catcher's mitt here. So here's kind of the blur in that bat. You can see that that's pretty directly in the way of the catcher's mitt, and you can see the ball right here is up here. So the ball's up here. You can see that little white blur. So that bat in the next frame, then it's pretty fast, so we don't see a ton. But you're going to see that the next frame is contact, which is right here. And so between those 2 points, that bat really traveled upward, nice upward path in the way of the ball, and he does a great job of, even though he's a little early, kind of releasing that barrel out towards the field of play, finding that barrel and just keeping that bat on a very nice path. And so, one thing with him that I think he can improve is his posture a little bit. So his back foot kind of stays behind him. His hip does pull up and forward, so he does get some of that super thrust move that we like. But his back foot stays behind him, so his chest is just a little bit vertical here, and so he may have to make contact a little more out in front than some other guys. But overall, he does some things really well. Great separation, great swing path, and he's able to turn extremely fast. So I want to compare him, show a couple of similarities, a couple of differences with Bautista here. So I'm going to get to my split screen. And the first thing we're going to really see is at that position where both their heels are in the ground. We're going to get to Bautista here. You can see he has more of a leg kick as opposed to just kind of dipping that toe in the water there. So we like this a little better for smaller guys, but Devon Travis obviously does a fairly good job. So he gets to his front side. So this is a very similar position. The biggest difference here is going to be that front foot and the direction of it. Bautista's gets much more open, and he's one of the best in the league at doing this. So his front knee is going to be able to work much more into his body instead of side to side first. So that's one of the biggest things he does. And then Bautista also, swings up just like Devon Travis, gets the bat in the way of the ball, kind of extends through it and finishes that turn. He has maybe a little better hip action, a little better back foot action, where that back foot pulls kind of up here and forward. But Devon Travis does a great job of things as well. So some different guys, some different styles. Again, the Blue Jays are a great team to watch if you're interested in hitting and swing mechanics and looking at guys who do some things really well. So thanks for watching. This is Gabe Dimmick from the Baseball Rebellion.